Hello, my name is Kayhan Parsi, and I am one of the instructors for this course, Justice in Healthcare. I wanted to welcome you to this course and just give you a brief overview of what to expect in the course. First of all, this is one of our required courses, so these are full courses. There's actually two sections of this course, so you're in one of the sections of the course. My co-instructor is Chalmers Clark, and for those of you who have taken Principles of Healthcare Ethics or History of Medicine and Bioethics, you've gotten to know Chalmers. He is a philosopher by training. He's taught at Union College for some time, and he's been an adjunct instructor in our program for several years, and I've always welcomed his input and participation and collaboration in our courses. I think he brings a lot of energy and enthusiasm and expertise to our discussion, so I welcome his participation. So with regards to what to expect in this course, this is a course where we'll try to basically better understand some of the theoretical frameworks that undergird our notions of justice in healthcare, but also I want us to get a more cosmopolitan understanding of what justice means. So what I've done over the past several years is that I've broadened the readings to include some readings from some popular authors, people like Jeffrey Sachs, Paul Farmer, William Easterly, to give us an understanding of what justice means on an economic level, cultural level, anthropological level. And so that's why I've included these readings, and that's why we start off this course. And a lot of this really emerged from an experience I had several years ago where I went to East Africa as part of a Loyola faculty immersion experience, and I spent time in Kenya and Tanzania to get a better understanding of how healthcare is delivered, how patients are treated with issues related to HIV and AIDS. And so what I wanted to do with this course was to provide our students a broader, more cosmopolitan understanding of what justice means. So that's why we start off with these readings from these well-known authors. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll talk more about theoretical frameworks, as I mentioned earlier. And then during the course of the semester, we'll read works by people like Norm Daniels, Dan Callahan. He has an excellent book on medicine and the market that he published several years ago. And then more recently, Jennifer Prah-Ruger, who is a health policy expert at Yale. She wrote a book called Health and Social Justice, and I've been using that book for the last couple of years, and I've benefited from not only having that book in the course, but we've also been fortunate to have her involved in some conference calls with us over the last couple of years to help us better understand her ideas and her writings. So we'll go through those readings, and all the reading assignments are posted in Blackboard under the weekly assignments button, so I encourage you all to go into the syllabus, get an idea of what the course is about. I've outlined all the course requirements there. There's a course overview link, and then a link to the weekly readings, and then a link to course requirements. Take a look at those. That'll spell out a little bit more in detail what's expected of you. Basically, you're required to go into Blackboard. Typically on a Friday, I'll post content for the following week, and there you'll see either a video lecture or a PowerPoint presentation or a written lecture that will highlight some of the issues that we'll be encountering in the upcoming week. There'll be assigned readings that you're expected to do, and then there'll be some discussion questions for the following week. And I assign first responders to every week. I plan to post that this first week so you have a better idea as to when to plan to do your first response. Every student will be expected to be a first responder, and I found this to be a helpful way to better manage and organize our discussions. Everyone has an opportunity to initiate a discussion, and I think it just gives everyone an opportunity to be heard. But that will be posted very shortly in the weekly assignments button. So you'll go in there, you'll view your lecture, you'll have an idea of what to expect regarding readings and discussions, and then by the following Monday I'll post the discussion questions for that week. And during that week you'll be expected to post 2 to 4 times, and I ask that you keep your postings under 250 words, again, as a way to better manage our discussions so that they're focused and fairly tight on whatever we're discussing for that given week. And in a class of 20 people, which is what the enrollment is for this class, posting 2 to 4 times will generate more than enough discussion for each week. And I ask that you abide by that requirement. You're more than welcome to engage in further discussion in the on or off topic threads. You're not required to participate in those, and you're not required to read those, but certainly if you want to engage in further discussion with your classmates, you're more than welcome to do so in those threads. I'll be monitoring the discussions every week, as will Chalmers, and our role really is to help facilitate discussions, to answer any questions, to provide commentary, to direct or redirect the discussion as appropriate. And so you'll certainly hear from us every week. The discussions go from Monday through Saturday. We'll try to wrap up the discussions by Saturday, certainly by Sunday, and I encourage you all to wrap up your discussions by Saturday so that then you'll have Sunday to start reading for the following week, so you won't be too overwhelmed with the readings for the following week. And that's how the course typically will run every week. There are additional assignments in the course. As a midterm activity, I have you all do an interview of someone that you feel is deeply engaged in the issue of social justice, and there's more written about that in the course syllabus. There's a letter writing activity that you'll be doing in the latter half of the course. In years past, I've had that to be a group writing assignment, but based on feedback, I've decided to make that an individual writing assignment. That seems to be better for our students because of people's schedules and conflicts and so forth. It seems that it's difficult for people to get together to do a group activity online, so we'll just do that as an individual writing assignment, and more will be posted about that later. In addition, there is a final paper assignment, and more about that is written in the syllabus. And so that's basically it as far as your requirements. Keeping up with reading, doing your posting requirements every week, the midterm assignment, the letter, and then the final paper. I have tweaked the reading assignments a bit. I have decided to drop one of the books that we've used in the past, a book by Fabian Powers on social justice and public health. So the readings are going to be a little bit more focused on the remaining readings. A lot of our readings will jump from book to book. We'll spend a lot of time on the medicine and social justice book, which is an anthology of essays by various authors, ethicists, policy experts, philosophers. And even though the book has been around for well over a decade now, I think that the articles are still timely enough and they're classic enough. They provide us, I think, with a rich enough background for us to engage in discussion. Certainly, on the horizon is the Affordable Care Act, and so we'll certainly talk about domestic health care reform in one of the weeks, and you're more than welcome to talk about that in the off-topic threads every week, because this is something that's ongoing. And we had the Supreme Court ruling this past summer about the case, so certainly I welcome you all to talk about that case as you see fit. So that's basically it. As far as the course requirements, I think this is a very interesting area of bioethics. For years it was neglected as an area of inquiry, but I would say in the last 10 years there's been a lot more articles written about justice and healthcare in general, certainly more about global justice. And because of that, I'll try to insert some readings from some newer works. There was a book that just came out this year called Global Justice and Bioethics by Zeke Emanuel, and so I'll add some of those readings from that book depending upon the week and its relevance for the week's topic. But as I mentioned, I think there's a lot more attention paid to this issue, and I think it's important, even imperative for us to really engage with this issue in a serious way and discuss it and analyze it and talk about it, because I do feel that this is really one of the major issues in bioethics, and I think students really find this to be an area of interest, and it really resonates with them. So with that, I just wanted to conclude this introduction to the course, Justice in Healthcare. I welcome you all, I welcome your participation, and I hope you have a wonderful semester. So thank you.